Okay, back on the fallen tree where I've done a few little chats here because it's just incredible. This space feels the most calming and expressive and welcoming for me. So I'm back and I'm gonna just get myself comfortable. Yeah. Oh, okay, this is by far, hello, this is by far the best space to be in for these chats. I love I love this fallen tree. I feel like I've bonded with it from doing my videos here. The bottom of the tree, just there. Oh, incredible. So it's the 6th of January, it is a full moon today, and incredibly, which, I mean, I understand the connection that us humans and all the plants and animals, everything, the earth has with the moon and the sun, like the relationships, and with that relationship, I feel so energized on a full moon. So like the last full moon we had in December, I didn't know it was the day of the full moon, and I woke up and I jumped out of bed and I was just so much more like full and full, like the full moon, and energized and just clear. I had so much more clarity than I had the days before. And yeah, so the same thing happened today. So I woke up and I just, like, my eyes were just wide open. I jumped straight out of bed. I prepped everything. And yeah, I just felt so in touch with myself and life in general. And yesterday I was out and I decided, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I switched my phone off because I've just really been enjoying not having my phone on or leaving my phone at home and going for a little wander. It really feels, I feel more connected when I'm disconnected from my phone. At the same time, I appreciate it because it's super useful and I can do all the things that I can do with it. I listen to podcasts and I learn on my phone, but I like the balance of learning from life and learning through being, and getting the peace of the natural spaces around us and the calmness of my mind and breathing the fresh air and meditating, and all of those things account for the most part of my life now, which it's so important, because if I didn't have them, if I didn't do these things, I wouldn't feel like I was completely aligned with myself. And welcome to Olivia's sanctuary, by the way. I love having, I feel like whoever is watching this, like, I feel like you're literally here right now. It's just the beauty of making these videos. And so today is a beautiful, special day. It's also my best friend's birthday, so if she sees this, I love you, happy birthday. I've been walking around and sort of sitting, having moments of complete silence, just sitting and listening to the river. Unfortunately, as much as I love this spot, it is fairly close to a road over there and you can hear quite a lot, but there's also this peace here, so it kind of balances out. But I've been over the other side of the woods. I've sat by the river. Way over at the beginning of my walk, near where I live, I had this beautiful experience with the river. I thank nature. I thank, you know, the trees, and I connect with the water. I enjoy sort of sitting and meditating with the water, like through the water, and thanking it and appreciating it. And I did that earlier, and literally, straight after I had like finished it, opened my eyes, there was a kingfisher, and it flew past. And I have this thing with kingfishers, so like pretty much through the whole of summer and autumn, everywhere I'd go where where there'd be some kind of river, I'd see a kingfisher, and I kind of like, I'd felt like that's my spirit animal, and I just love them. I think they're just the most beautiful birds. They're so quick and so elegant, and the colours are they're just stunning. So yeah, that was today, and I do think life is just magical and mystical, and I do have a lot of mystical experiences, less now than I did at the beginning last year, but they still happen, and I think they happen to everyone. It's just how you are interpreting the world and how connected you are to actually see it as like a full connection to the universe and the earth, and what we perceive God to be. The best part about my walk today has been the questions that I've been asking as a question for other people, not for myself, but also questions that I think I still ought to keep asking myself, because the response that I give helps me to have the conversations that I have. So today I was walking just down there in this beautiful little patch of land. I'd just been down to the river, and then I was walking up into the woods, and I was like, I questioned, what is life to you? Like, what do you see life as? What does life mean to you? And you know, I think generally people struggle to answer that question, because people they go so far as to think, well, we don't know why we're here, what is the purpose of life, we don't understand it, that kind of thing. There is no like definitive explanation. But I was thinking, like, if I got asked that, and when I ask it to myself, my response is that life is all of that which we are and that which we feel, and life to me is to be living and to be connected. And I have many thoughts on these things, because through meditation there's a lot of introspection of the silent mind, which seems like a contradiction, but when you're in it you can kind of understand. When I'm buzzing with energy and life after I've been meditating, I can feel the connectedness, you know, the tapping into the greater sense of life and the higher sense of self. And life to me truly is the oneness of connecting and understanding how I work and what each day can be in terms of loving and fulfilling myself and others. So like, yeah, generally I wake up and I take a breath and I smile, or I go back to sleep. Wake up and I'm like, too early, back to sleep. But generally I wake up and I smile and I take a breath and I'm like, okay, today is another beautiful day. Let's see what it has to offer. In the knowing that there could be a challenge, but I really love challenges because I think a challenge offers a new route. It offers a new thought, a new path, and that in itself has such great power because, you know, I think a general response is to panic when we face a challenge. When something comes up that is throwing you off a comfortable route, we instantly sort of freak out and panic. And I used to do this a lot. I did used to do it so much. I was the ultimate stressor. In fact, my ex-partner had said to me once that, Olivia, you're gonna die an early death due to stress. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because I can't really remember that. Like, I can't remember being like that, but I sort of know that I was, because I was, but I'm not anymore. And I'm appreciative that I was that stressed, because I couldn't be who I am right now without living that life and without being in that state of being. And it's an incredible thing, because when I'm faced with something that presents a little bit of a challenge, let's say, I'll give you an example. For example, when I was going to Budapest, I'll be quick. When I was going to Budapest, I hadn't arranged any transport to get to the airport or back, and then I found out that there was train strikes and that I couldn't get to the airport by train. Excuse me. And instead of freaking out, I got really excited. Like, it was so funny. I got really excited and I was like, oh, well, this means that I get to choose a new route. Like, this means that I get to do something else. I was like, oh, it'll all work out. I'm sure there'll be somebody that I can contact who will be able to give me a lift, and I can pay them, and then I'll have like a really lovely conversation or whatever. So I told my parents, I was chatting to my mom, she asked how I was gonna get to the airport, and I explained everything, and she was like, oh, well, your dad's not working that day. He can take you to the airport, and neither of us are working. Actually, it was the evening when I was getting back, so they were like, well, we can both pick you up. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I hadn't seen my family in a while. My parents were super happy that I was going to go home and see them. I got to have like lovely conversations. You know, I didn't get charged, so I saved money, but I got my parents a gift each in thanks. And you know, the lack of stress and the solution being found that simply, it was just incredible. It's just so beautiful. And now I don't stress. I just say it always works out, and there's never a problem as a solution. There may be challenges, but is it really a challenge, or is it just a presentation of a thing in your life that's taking you on the direction you're supposed to be going in, that's better for you? And are you listening, and are you receiving this you know, this guidance, this greater guidance? And I've just been walking around today like asking these questions, and I think it's a great question to ask yourself. Well, what is life to you? And if you can't answer it, or you feel like life doesn't mean what you want it to mean to you, then you know, you've got some exploring to do, and that's great. That's fantastic. That is what life is about. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm over time now, so I'm gonna have to cut some. But thank you so much for coming. I love it. I love it. Happy full moon today. Or yesterday, let's say, if I don't get the video out today because I'm working tonight. And yeah, so much love, always, always, always. I recommend getting at least your feet in nature, on a tree or on the ground or in a river, something. Connect, feel good, and love life. And I love you. Thanks for coming. I will see you soon. Mwah.